So now I'm going to talk about the areas of law that I do. And let me start by saying that I'm really not in the practice of law because I love the law. I don't. Back to my beginning, I'm a person of science and nature and history. Those are my two majors. And I had a great desire to go to medical school first and be a soldier too. Well, I got to be a soldier. That's not part of this video, and I'm not talking about that. I was a soldier for many, many years and just retired from the military since I was wounded for the third time. So I got to be a soldier, never got to be a doctor, but I sure am a lawyer. I have to be honest, as I am at all times. I really don't love it. It's not really me. You know, I see other lawyers walking around and I say to myself, I played this little game, you know, wow, he really looks like a lawyer. There's some people that kind of look the part. I don't think, and I don't feel the part either. But I'm a really good trial lawyer, and I'm really good and honest with my clients. And my clients like me. In fact, they love me. So one of the advantages that I have is that my motives are in the right place, okay? This is back to the Buddhist in me, my relationship with God. Since my motives are not to make money, because I know the money will always be there if I work hard and I'm honest, so my motives are to really connect with and take a personal journey with my client. I really and genuinely try to get to know them. That's why I go to their houses sometimes instead of them coming to my office. They love shit like that, you know, and I like it too because I get to see them on their own turf a little bit more relaxed as opposed to them coming and sitting in front of my desk, you know, being scared, you know. And when the case is over, I add these people's names to what's called my permanent client list. And what I do, some of the people who work for me, Stacy or Lupe or even Leah in the old days, they would send me reminders with just a list of names every week, just at random, that they would take off this list. Hey, call this person, say hi. Good move. That's their ideas. It's good politics too. Plus, I like it. So I have a list of these names that they choose every week, and they keep track. You know, I called them in July of 2020. And I call them and I say, hey, remember me? I helped you. And oh yeah, they all remember me. And hey, why are you calling? Hey, I'm just calling to say hi, man. And they love that too. So other lawyers will come up to me at different functions and they'll ask me the kind of law that I do. And when I feel like being polite, I'll say I'm a trial lawyer. And that usually gets a reaction because most lawyers are not trial lawyers. And then again, if I feel like being polite, I'll say I'm a trial lawyer, and then they'll say what kind of cases. So as a trial lawyer, I'm a criminal defense attorney, and I'm a civil attorney for personal injury plaintiff, meaning I represent the people who are hurt trying to get money. Those cases go to trial. That's where I'm a trial lawyer. Third, I'm also a trial lawyer when I am defending people for immigration cases. So let me talk about those first. So at the trial level, I am a criminal defense attorney. So the criminal cases I handle are cases that are crimes. People are accused of doing something wrong. So the police arrest them. It's my job to defend them in court. My job is not to ask, are they guilty or not guilty? That's for God and for the judge. My job is to be their lawyer, to do my very best for them within the law, and if I win their case at trial, goodbye. I hope you learned something from me during our talks and you never do that again if you did it, and I never ask them if they did it. It's not my business. I don't have to. If the prosecution cannot beat me at trial with all the advantages that they have, police officer's testimony, charging instrument, lotta, if they cannot beat me at a criminal trial, then you know what? They don't deserve to win. And I really don't care if my guy did it or not. I sleep fine at night knowing that I did my duty. Now, I'll get people ask me all the time, how can you defend somebody who's charged with this or that? Why? Because they called me and because I'm a lawyer. That's my job. You take care of your business, I'll take care of mine. I have no trouble whatsoever defending people charged with crimes. Some of the cases do bother me, I'll admit it, but it's my job to defend them within the law and not to be their judge. Some of the cases are serious traffic cases, such as DUI, drinking and driving, felonies, such as possession of drugs, or delivering drugs, breaking into people's homes, assault and battery, rape and sexual crimes, although I do not do those. Because as a federal prosecutor, I was a sex crimes prosecutor. I do not defend those cases. But I do all the rest of them, and there's a lot of bad ones, but I have no trouble doing that at all. We do win, as a defense, most of the cases that go to trial. As an immigration attorney, I don't do visas. You need a visa to come here. I don't do that. That's for office lawyers, solicitors to do. I'm a trial lawyer. When somebody who is here is in trouble with immigration, usually because they overstayed their visa, or they got in trouble in criminal court while they were in the process of renewing their visa or applying for permanent residency or applying for citizenship, now they got problems. Now they're going to be scheduled for deportation. Now they get sent to an immigration defense attorney like me. So in those cases, as a trial lawyer, I defend them in immigration court. And once again, we do win the majority of those cases. The third element of being a trial lawyer for me, as I mentioned, is representing people who are hurt in accidents. It's called personal injury, another area of law of mine, in which I am a trial lawyer. I represent the person who was hurt. There, we are suing or going against doctors, providers, or other people's insurance companies involving a motor vehicle accident where my side was hurt. Many of those cases go to trial on the issue of fault. Who is at fault? Was the doctor in the hospital at fault or not? Question for the court. Who was at fault in the accident? Question for the court. If we can't figure it out and settle it, it goes to trial. Same thing in the criminal case. If the prosecutor makes an offer to settle to the defense attorney and I reject it, case goes to trial. The only types of cases where there's really no negotiating or settling is really in immigration court, because the case is cited for deportation and it's either we win, the guy stays, or we lose and the guy goes back to Ukraine or wherever. Sometimes a deal can be made, but they're very, very rare. But with personal injury, we're looking to get the client money to repay them for their out-of-pocket loss for medical bills, loss of work time, pain and suffering, and sometimes those judgments or verdicts can be very large. If we do get the verdict, 2/3 of the settlement goes to the client. We, as the lawyer, get 1/3, plus we get repaid all the costs that we had to pay up front. Okay, so that's how that works. And usually with my 1/3, I have to give part of that to another lawyer who gave me the case. That's called a referral fee.